So a lot of the conversations I'm having right now typically start with people telling me things like, I just can't afford to own a home, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. And this is a really dangerous way to start any type of conversation because it completely closes the opportunity for options. And so, one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about today is challenging that mindset where we start reframing and we say things like, how can I afford that? Now, here's a good example. About 2 years back, my little sister was in a position where rent kept on rising on her, house prices kept going up, and she started to get really nervous where she didn't think that she was ever going to be able to buy a home because she was getting priced out of the market. And even more scary is she was also getting priced out of the affordability on rent. So we were kind of in a place where our backs were against the corner and needed to figure something out. And of course, the initial conversations when I talked to my sister was like, hey, you should entertain buying a house. And she's like, I can't afford it. And you're like, all right, let's kind of change this up a little bit and let's start going with this idea of how can I afford it? Once we reframed that question, an opportunity came up, which was, well, why don't you go and buy a duplex? You're in a scenario now where you have a single income, and if you can rent the other side out, you can supplement a large part of your mortgage payment. Fast forward 2 years, last week I get a text from my little sister and it says, hey, I just raised rents on the other side of the duplex to $1,875, and now I'm only covering $1,100 of my mortgage payment. I just think this is such an incredible story because my little sister is in the same position that many of you are, where you're right on the line of being able to afford something, but you've kind of already, waved the white flag and you haven't really started asking yourself that question of how can I do this thing? And once you ask yourself those questions of how can I do this, then your brain starts putting together opportunities and possibilities and things that make it so you can. The other part about this that I think is such a strong point to add is now that my little sister has bought this duplex, every year the side that she's renting goes up in rent. And so over time, her actual mortgage payment technically goes down and down and down. So the longer she owns this place, the better off she is, which is complete opposite of the scenario she was in before, where every year she got that notice that your rent's going up. Now that she gets to play landlord, and every notice she tells someone your rent's going up, but her overall cost keeps going down and down and down. Anyways, that's just one example of when you challenge yourself to start asking yourself that question, how can I do this? That an opportunity will open up for you. But I'd love to brainstorm with you. If I understand your scenario, I'm sure that we can come up with something to get you in that right position. So anyways, have a great day. I hope this helps.